Imagine this. You finally decide to take control of your finances. You start putting money aside every month. Maybe it's $100 one month, then $200 the next. Little by little, your savings begin to grow. It feels rewarding. You feel responsible, consistent, and like you're making smart financial choices. Then one day, you open your banking app and notice something unexpected. Your savings account now holds $10,000, but it's only earning around 0.5% interest. After an entire year, you've made just $50. At the same time, you keep hearing people talk about investing, stocks, index funds, compound growth. And that's when a question pops into your mind. Hold on, have I been doing this the wrong way? What if the safest place for your money is actually the biggest thing slowing down your financial future? The truth is, saving money is a great habit, but saving alone rarely creates real wealth. This is exactly where so many people get stuck. They understand why saving matters, but they don't know how to make the jump from saving to investing. In this video, we're going to walk through the exact step-by-step process of turning your savings into investments without feeling confused, overwhelmed, or putting your financial security at unnecessary risk. If you've got money sitting in a savings account, but you're unsure how to start investing it, make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Let's begin with something that may surprise you. Saving money by itself will almost never make you wealthy. Don't get me wrong, saving is essential, but it isn't the destination. It's only the starting point. Here's why. Your savings are there to protect your money. Your investments are there to grow your money. Those are two completely different purposes. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine you keep $10,000 in a standard savings account that pays 1% interest each year. After 1 year, your balance grows to $10,100. That's nice, but now let's compare it to investing. Over long periods, the S&P 500 has historically delivered an average annual return of around 10%. If that same $10,000 earned 10% in a year, it would grow to $11,000 instead. At first glance, that difference may not seem life-changing, but here's what most people overlook. The real power comes from compound growth over time. After 20 years, $10,000 growing at 1% becomes roughly $12,200. That same $10,000 growing at an average of 10% becomes about $67,000. The starting amount is exactly the same, but the final result couldn't be more different. And this is where things become even more important. The biggest wealth gap usually isn't between people who save and people who spend. It's between people who save and people who invest. So why don't more people make that move? The answer isn't because they don't understand math. It's because of psychology. Saving feels comfortable. It feels predictable. Investing feels uncertain. When your money stays in a savings account, you can see the balance sitting there. It doesn't jump up and down. It doesn't suddenly lose 5% on a random Tuesday afternoon. Investments, on the other hand, move. Their value rises and falls. Sometimes the market goes up and sometimes it goes down. Those constant ups and downs create emotional pressure, and that's exactly what keeps so many people from investing. Right now, you might be thinking, but I don't want to lose the money I've worked so hard to save. That's a completely reasonable concern, and that's why moving from saving to investing should never happen overnight. It should happen gradually, one step at a time. Let's go through the process together. Step 1. Build a solid emergency fund. Before you invest your first dollar, make sure you have enough cash saved to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This money stays in your savings account. It isn't meant for investing, and it isn't there to chase opportunities. It's there for life's unexpected moments, losing a job, medical bills, car repairs, or any surprise expense that suddenly appears. Here's something many people don't realize. The biggest reason investors panic and sell their investments isn't because the market drops. It's because they need that money before their investments have time to recover. Your emergency fund acts like a financial safety net, protecting your investments from the unexpected events in your own life. Step 2. Create a clear mental separation between saving and investing. This simple mindset shift can make a huge difference. Think of your money as sitting in 2 separate buckets. The first bucket is your safety money. The second bucket is your growth money. Your safety money is designed to stay stable. Its purpose is security. Your growth money has a different job. It's meant to increase in value over the long run, which also means it's normal for it to rise and fall along the way. Once you separate these two buckets in your mind, investing becomes much less stressful because you stop expecting your long-term money to behave like your emergency savings. Step 3. Start with a small amount. One of the biggest myths about investing is that you need thousands of dollars before you can begin. The reality is, you don't. Many brokerage platforms let you get started with as little as $50 or $100. At the beginning, your goal isn't to make huge profits. Your goal is to build consistency. Small investments made consistently often beat big investments that never happen. Developing the habit is far more important than trying to find the perfect moment to invest. Step 4. Keep your first investment simple. This is where many beginners take a wrong turn. They immediately chase complicated strategies like day trading, options trading, or cryptocurrency speculation. In reality, simple investing often delivers better long-term results than complicated investing. A great example is index funds. Instead of trying to guess which individual companies will become winners, index funds allow you to invest in hundreds of companies all at once. That gives you diversification, lowers your overall risk, and provides strong long-term growth potential without making investing unnecessarily complicated. There's a reason this approach is so widely recommended. Legendary investor Warren Buffett has repeatedly said that low-cost index funds are one of the best choices for the average investor. Now, here's something that surprises a lot of people. The most effective investing strategy is actually one of the least exciting. It's called consistent investing. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine you invest $300 every month into the stock market. If your investments earn an average annual return of 8%, after 25 years, your portfolio would be worth roughly $285,000. Now, here's the incredible part. Out of that total, you only contributed $90,000 from your own pocket. The remaining nearly $195,000 came from your investments growing over time. That's the incredible power of compound growth working in your favor. But even with all of that, psychology still plays a major role. Investing doesn't always feel comfortable, especially in the beginning. Markets fall, headlines become dramatic. Fear spreads quickly. When uncertainty takes over, people panic. And this is exactly where disciplined investors separate themselves from people who simply gamble with their money. Think about it this way. Saving money is like keeping a handful of seeds in a jar. The seeds stay safe, but they never grow into anything more. Investing is like planting those same seeds in the ground. At first, it doesn't look very exciting. You won't see instant results, and the process can even seem slow or messy. The biggest rewards rarely come from quick wins. They come from giving time a chance to do its job. But if you're patient, those small seeds eventually grow into something far greater than what you started with. Now, you may be wondering, okay, but what if I start investing and the market crashes? That's a great question. The truth is, market crashes are a normal part of investing. History has shown us that they've happened many times before, and they'll likely happen again. But here's the important part. For long-term investors, market downturns aren't always bad news. In fact, they can create opportunities. When prices fall, your regular monthly investments can buy more shares for the same amount of money. Then, as the market recovers over time, those extra shares often help boost your long-term returns. That's why experienced investors don't usually panic when markets become volatile. They understand that short-term swings are part of the journey. Their focus isn't on what happens today or this week. They're thinking years ahead, even decades. So let's quickly recap the step-by-step path. First, build an emergency fund that covers 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Second, divide your money into 2 clear categories, safety money and growth money. Third, begin investing with small amounts on a consistent basis. Fourth, stick with simple long-term investments such as index funds. And fifth, stay patient, stay disciplined, and give compound growth the time it needs to work. Because here's the reality that many people discover sooner or later. Saving money gives you financial security. Investing gives you the opportunity to build financial freedom. The sooner you learn to use both together, the stronger your financial future can become. If you found this video helpful and it gave you a clearer understanding of how to move from saving to investing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I'd love to hear from you. Are you still in the saving stage, or have you already started investing? Share your answer in the comments below, because the moment you make the transition from simply saving money to investing it wisely is the moment your money truly begins working for you.